Yeah, so we have close to 200 different products. And so all of those are made here, made and processed here. They're shipped here. So we kind of manufacture every single one of our products. We started out with salves. And so we have quite a few different salves. This one right now, obviously, it's our summer relief salve. So basically anything summer, bug bites, poison ivy, poison oak, bee stings, sunburn. It's literally summer in a jar. And so this you can apply, just take a little bit goes a long way, and apply to the area. And it's a topical treatment. So this is a salve. So this is sunflower oil infused with different plants and organic beeswax. It's just, ethically sourced beeswax. And so we have our salve line, we have our tonics. And so our elderberry tonic is incredibly popular. People love it for coughs, colds, immune system boosters, helps out with so many different things. And it's elderberries and cinnamon and star anise and water and honey.
What is a tonic?
And so a tonic is, it's a wellness drink. And so it's also concentrated, but not as much as a tincture. And so this one, you would just take like a shot glass worth or a tablespoon worth, and you would just take it once or twice a day. And so this one you can take for everyday wellness, or you can take it when you've come and, you go out in public and all of a sudden you hear someone coughing and you're like, ooh, and you go home and you take a, you're like, I don't want that. And so you just take a couple tablespoons, and that helps boost your immune system as needed or every day. We also have our bath teas. And so across all cultures, bath teas were used because what's your biggest organ? It's your skin. And so your skin absorbs so much every day. And we use bath teas for relaxation, for rejuvenation. And it's an awesome self-care thing. So you're taking the time out of your day to draw a bath and to make a bath. With tea. And so you use different herbs and you put it into a muslin bag and you put it in hot water. You let it steep like you would a regular tea, and then you jump in. And so it's an amazing relaxation. It's a forced self-care. It's something that people kind of forget about. Everyone's so busy and all that other stuff. And to really take the time to sit down and relax is an amazing thing. And so we have a lot of self-care products. We also have different kinds of soaps, and so we have shampoo bars. We use these, we put them in these little boxes, and Rose Petal Facial Bar, it's one of our best-selling products, and it's just a facial bar you use once a day, and it's really gentle and helps out with any type of skin, but it helps really balance the skin. And then we have our infused oils. So this is our hair oil. And so many people ask, what do you have to help with dry, damaged hair or help with hair growth? And so hair oil, it just goes on the scalp, or you can use it as like a hairspray or hair product replacement, and you can help keep your hair in place. You can also use it on your ends for dry damaged ends. It's really multi-purpose, and it's really good for your hair. There's no chemicals, there's no dyes, there's no added perfumes to it. Everything that's in here has a purpose, and that's the we don't have any extra fillers or anything like that in there. We also have a wide range of infused honeys where we take different herbs or mushrooms or fungi and we infuse it into our honeys for different, helps complement our herbal teas. We have different blends of those. We have some to help out with anxiousness or nervousness. We have some to help out with sleep. We have some that wake you up without caffeine. And we have some for, just general health and wellness. So if you have a cough or a cold or you have a chronic illness, you mix it with our herbal teas, and it's, it complements it and helps with the flavor of it. I'm a mother of 5 beautiful girls, and they are turning into the teen era. And so they're all about makeup and things like that. And so I'm really scared about, what their skin absorbs. And so there's so many different makeup lines that are not made for the health of us. It's just fast products, right? And so I just started our makeup line, our natural plant makeup line, which is called War Paint. And so because, when I put my war paint on, I'm going places. And so we've made a different blend of different eyeshadows that are plant-based or ethically sourced mica-based. And so the mica powders are plant-dyed, and then we source those from a sustainable small business as well. And then we use our plants to make different colors. And so we have several different colors of eyeshadows. This one is a Thosi, so we bring back our language. We're using our Lakota language in a lot of our products. And so kind of like language revitalization, as well as teaching other people about, a little bit more about our Lakota history and culture and different ways that we use these plants. And so this one has actually an alfalfa-based powder. And so we use arrowroot powder, and that's all that's in there. And it goes on with either a lip oil, a face salve, for a binder, because we don't use any chemicals in our makeups. And so we also have our lip oil that goes on as just a gentle gloss. We have cinnamon, we have sage, we have bergamot. We also have our everything face salve, because so many women come in here and they're looking for something for their skin to help, help out with acne or blemishes, or help out with dryness and things like that. And so I just made an everything face salve. So instead of making 20 different products, I put 20 different products into one salve.
So how can people get your products?
So we have close to 200,000 followers across our socials. And so we use our social medias. We have our website. We also have our store. And so our store is located in Mankato, Minnesota, and it's actually in Old Town. And so if you know anything about Mankato, Mankato has a really dark history with indigenous people, with the Dakota 38 hanging. And actually my store, when I came up the idea with having a physical store, I really wanted it to be in the area of where the Dakota 38 hanging happened. And so I'm just a couple blocks away. And if you understand our history with the dark history here of the Dakota 38, it's really, when I first told my grandpa I wanted to move here, he was like, I don't want you to go there. They don't like us there. They don't like brown people there. And so I was like, no, Grandpa, I'm gonna go, because I met some really nice people. I've been really welcomed. And so I moved here. And when I opened my store, my grandpa was like, I'm gonna go there now. And so we have created a healing place, and so a safe place for people to come and ask their questions, because our history and our culture isn't taught. And so when people come in here, our language is everywhere. We play powwow music. My kids wear our attire, and we showcase and educate about our history and our culture here, because Mankato doesn't have that. And so besides the powwow that happens once a year, but we have created a permanent place where people from all over the United States, all over the world, come to see our store. And so we have people from Germany, from Italy, that have signed our gift book, that are like, I heard about you. I heard about you online, I've been following you, and I wanted to come here. And there's people that have planned their whole vacations to come to Mankato and see our store. And so we have created a place for healing and for education and for cultural revitalization.
That's got to make you feel so good.
It does. It does. It's something that I didn't. It's not something that I grew up saying I wanted to do. But when I moved here, I realized that there was a missing piece, and that's our cultural education. And so when I made Lakota Made, it was a dream to have a store. And so our realtor Dane Fisher, he worked really hard at finding our spot. And actually, he had his business in here. He had Bent River in here, and when I didn't find the building that I really wanted, that fit all of our needs, we sat down and had coffee here, and he was like, what about this building? And I said, yes, this would work. And so in I gave him 3 months, and he moved his entire business out of here for us to have this store here. And so he did an amazing thing and gave us this building.
So do you go out and conduct classes and do outreach with all of your knowledge too?
Yeah, and so when time allows, I do classes for MSU, I've done classes for Morris University, and I've done classes all over southern Minnesota, and I go as far as Omaha, Nebraska, back to South Dakota. I do online classes when time allows, or when people request it of me.
This has been so wonderful. Thank you so much for letting me come and learn, and for letting us see all your beautiful products and your nice business.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. It's really exciting having you here.